What's going on today, guys? All right, so I'm actually heading to the plant store right now. I went earlier to one, which I probably did a video for, and this is the second one that I'm going to. This should be pretty quick. I just need to go in there and get a pothos, something I can hang over. And while I'm there, I just want to take a look at the plants, kind of see what's there. I am not buying nothing special or anything. I spent all my money in the store when I went to my favorite one. Well, both of these are my favorite, so I guess since both of them are my favorite, I probably shouldn't be saying favorite. Okay, so I went to one of the stores and now I'm going to the second one. I love both of them, for real.
That's how we welcome people now.
Yeah, I just didn't know what it was. I was like, I've never heard that before. Let me just wait.
You know, it's a good noise to hear.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, guys, that thing scared the crap out of me. I think it's a pressurized water system or portable system that can help with watering. All I know is that I heard it and I was like, okay, still being a plant person, I'm still getting to these plants, right, regardless of my life. But I heard it and I was like, whatever. But as I got closer, it got closer to me, and come to find out, because he was working his way towards the door. But he's always just in such a great mood. It's pretty cool just to kind of talk to him sometimes. Sometimes I come in here, I don't even buy a plant. I just like to hear his mind, and he tells me about some of the plants that he's received, and you can see his little workstation over there to the corner of when he's working. Like, I could tell when he's working because there's always a little corner of just him giving extra care to the plants. Over here, this is a tree philodendron. I forgot the exact name of it, but if you type in tree philodendron, this will pop up. Or if you type in philodendron hope, that'll also pop up. But they're pretty cool. I have one at the house that it's in its, I guess, baby stage right now. So it's huge, but it hasn't really fermented yet. So I'm waiting for it. Not ferment. That's a bad choice of word. Was it fenestrate? Yeah, there we go. It hasn't fenestrated yet. So once that does, then I'll definitely update you all on that. All right, over here. Now, I believe those are called bromeliads that are down there. And I had one. It did so good. It's just, I forgot about it. Long story short. So we'll keep it moving. All right, over here, they never seems to miss. I actually was shocked that they had some scindapsus in. I believe those are the moonlights. And of course, I mean, this is why I always get my Brazilians, pothos. All right, guys, I had to stop myself. Do y'all see this? My goodness. That's the philodendron red Congo. If I can get not red Congo, the imperial red, I'm sorry. If I can get my philodendrons that big, you won't be able to tell me nothing. Those right there are philodendron Bratanians that you saw to the right. Those are the ring of fires. That it's a little bit questionable because I never seen the red part on there, so I just don't know how I feel about that. Although I'm not interested in buying those anymore. Of course, over here are golden pothos, the bread and butter. And actually, guys, I kept on looking at the neon pothos and nothing was standing out to me. I don't know what was going on. I looked at them and I was just like, I'm not impressed. And I think it's because I just have 2 or 3 different kinds at the house. Well, they're the same one, but they just been propagated and grown. It's like, okay, Sean, what are you doing? Why are you buying the exact plant again? So that's when I came to my senses and started looking for other plants to buy because, I got to leave with something. And guys, I got to get better with filming as I'm purchasing, so that way you don't have to wait until a whole nother video. But here we go. All right, guys, so we are back and I'm going to show you what I got. This right here is the confetti signonium, and this is how the full plant's supposed to look. Clearly, they put 2 plants in there together. It is what it is. I love my plant. Funny thing is, when I bought that plant, it was around this size. I didn't really, maybe you know what? Sorry. I fibbed. It was around this size right here. The leaf was just a little bit bigger, about this size. Yeah, it's crazy. I hadn't even recognized that the plant had grew that much, but it really has. This right here, I do not know the name of this signonium, but I've seen this in several grocery stores. I wanted to get one that had a more hot pink touch to it. Can't remember the name of that one. The strawberry, they all have a name, but something strawberry. I was going to get the strawberry ice. I was going to get that, but they wanted $18.95 for it. And technically, this is still a project or experience to see how this is going to work because I have no grow lights that are up here. I don't plan on buying any grow lights. Now, that could change next week. But as of now, I was just going to be using a natural light. I do have a grow light. It's like a stem grow light that I do plan on putting either there or there at some point of the corner. I do have a grow light that's like a stem one that stands about this tall from my forearm to about here, that I might put over here just to give an additional light. But as far as actually buying a grow light and going from there, no. Now, I also used to have a grow light that you can, it had like a little clip and you could just clip it on the stem and it'll stem over. Oh, I did have that. I had to throw that away. It was making a weird noise. We don't want those problems. But so these right here, they are low light. Oh, I didn't show you the last one. Sorry. This right here is the Kiwi Delight. This is one that I am unfamiliar with. I saw when it was there. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'll take it. So the plan is to see if I can get these 3 into a pot together. If I can't, then I'll just repot them individually. I do have one small self-watering container that I'm curious about using on one of these. But the thing is, I really want them to be nice in a group. And I was thinking about adding a pothos right here in front of it to have a nice little pair. So we'll see. So those are the 3 Signoniums I got from the store. Now I'm just going to show you some Signoniums that I already have, and then I'll show you the rest of the purchase. This right here is my Signonium albo. This right here is my Signonium tricolor. We barely holding on. As soon as I get an opportunity to find another one, I'm going to get one. I don't see these carried in the store, so I am going to have to go online with it. So I'm just going to see the biggest plant that I can get for the best price. Size-wise, I'm talking about a plant that I can buy kind of close to this size. A little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. I can make that work. But nothing that I have to stick with like the baby plants or so close to stick with baby plants. Baby plants are just a hassle, especially now that most of my plants are mature or adults now. So trying to revert and remember everything that I have to do for them as being a baby, it's not the same care. I don't care what anybody say, it's not. Smaller plants for me, it's difficult when it comes to watering because I seem to just give them too much water versus, well, now since I have these in self-watering containers, they're fine, but much of my larger plants, I can get away with just giving them a little bit of water, enough to where I feel like it's enough for them and they're good to go for another week. Baby plants are hit and miss. You really got to know what you're doing if you're taking care of a lot of baby plants. You have to be attentive, I should say. This right here, I actually forgot that I even had this one. This is my Signonium Ice Frost. Yeah, she's doing pretty good. If I can continue to keep this moss moist, it will allow her to be able to attach and just build and size up a little bit better. So I'm very happy about this one. And right here is, I do not know the name of this and I'm embarrassed to say, but it's a Signonium, I think Signonium Pun. Had a little issues going on. So this right here, I probably need to go ahead and do a repot on this one because this is a new soil in here that I tried. I tried on like 3 different plants and all of them didn't make it. But now that I know that soil is no good and it sucks for my plants at least, I'm gonna go ahead and do a repot on this and get into some good airy mix. Signoniums like to be moist all the time, not soggy, just moist. And I'm feeling this right here, and this feels completely like wet because this soil just isn't airy enough for my self-watering pots the way I need to use them. So I'm definitely gonna get a repot on this ASAP. Now, to show you the main deal. Boom, okay. Guys, I went in. So originally I called because I followed their Instagram and they made a post saying that, so this right here is called a philodendron red heart. Make sure I read that right. Yep, red heart. I saw this plant probably about a year ago and I said, you know what, if it ever comes out, I'm gonna get it. It's a philodendron. Now, I've heard this philodendron is tricky though. At least the other 2 people that I talked to about it, they said that the leaves get stuck a lot. So to me, if the leaves get stuck a lot, it's usually 2 issues going on, either humidity or watering. So to alleviate the humidity problem, I'm gonna stick it inside of the greenhouse. I don't know if I'm gonna stick it inside of this one or put it inside of this one or put it in that one over there. I don't know yet. I'm also gonna go ahead and get this built up on the back of a moss pole or some type of pole because I already see area roots back here. Right here, these area roots, if I can get that attached to a pole, and something this plant's gonna climb up, and I want that plant to look forward just like that the whole time that it climbs up so you can see it. So, well, like this. Next on our list, this right here is a philodendron majestic. She is beautiful. Look at her. Now, this is another one that I'm gonna get on moss pole immediately. Just gonna put the moss pole in the back of this one right here because this is just a leaf, so I'm fine. They're gonna size up pretty fast if I give it the care that I believe that I can give to it. This mix right here, I can look at it and tell it's a very, very good mix. It has this orchid pot mix in here because they're the ones that I learned this from. And they put a little bit of koi and husk chunks inside of here. So it's a very, very, very good airy mix. So hopefully I don't have to do a repot, but I have a feeling like I'm gonna have to in order to get this moss pole in here because I'm gonna make my homemade one. I stopped making my homemade moss poles for a little while because honestly, it was just a lot of work. But you know what? If I want these plants to do what it is that I want them to do, then I do need to make it. I do have some other ones laying around that I could put moss in and stuff like pre-made ones. And if I could find those, I'm gonna use them because they work well. They really do. It's just, it's cheaper overall because I had this goal of I was gonna put all of my plants on moss poles. So a lot cheaper to go and buy the wire, cut and make it myself than to try to buy at least 50 to 60 moss poles, you know, little mini moss poles. And I knew that I wasn't ready to get serious about actually putting them on moss poles to be able to climb and stuff too. So I would have spent all that money and just would have been sitting money. And I could have just bought something that really was gonna bring me some happiness. But I do have all the stuff that I need in order to make those moss poles. So that is definitely another video that I do wanna do together because I've learned a little more better, simpler ways to make those moss poles now. Last but not least, the Monstera Addisoni Aora, or Aora. I'm gonna call it Aora. So, guys, this is one thing that I've been talking about all year. I'm gonna step my Monstera game up. This right here is the start. I mean, I don't know if you can see those two different color greens in here. She is absolutely beautiful. Have a little crisp in the leaves, and between the two plants that was available, this was the best looking one, and I had to have her. I asked about these right here. I was like, is this a new type of moss pole? He said it was just for transit. So that's all I got for you today. Y'all take care. And when you're growing with Sean, there's always something to learn.